Danny Vegas time, Danny Vegas world. Tamra segment. Come on now, girl. Segment 2. All right, meat and potatoes of the show. Tamra Trainer, hashtag oneluckygal, the co-host for today. And this is her second time on the show. So you know what that means.
I don't know. Tell me.
It just means that we had an open spot and I needed to find somebody. No, basically hashtag oneluckygal is our co-host. It's a stable of ladies that we cycle through. Now we have 2 that are on every month, and then there's a stable of gals that come on and become the co-host for the whole show. And Tamra Trainer happens to be in that elite club, and she got called back to do the show, and we sure are glad that you're here.
The pressure.
The pressure. So you told all your friends that you're going to be on the show, and your phone was blowing up, and I don't know. You didn't say if it was good or bad, though. You know what? If you said anything bad, then you know what? Shame on you. There's nothing bad about Danny Vegas, right?
No, I love the show.
Yeah.
I love him. I mean, everything he does.
So
I'm
if
a
you
big
threw
fan.
some poison on me, I still love you. But anyway, Tamra, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the show now. We're really a fun show here. We like to do all kinds of fun stuff, but we're not afraid to talk about what's going on in the world. And obviously, Florida's had a really bad week. I mean, the young actress got shot at a concert. The big thing that we're going to talk about that happened at the Pulse nightclub, and then of course 2 days ago, the kids on the beach at Disneyland watching fireworks, an alligator snagged her and snagged him and just drug him into the water. All in Florida, all in about 72 hours. So, but anyway, first of all, before we get started, all the folks that were involved or had any type of connection of what went on in Orlando, we want to give out a heartfelt condolences and all that.
I can't even comprehend how people
that stuff.
Feel like the families. If we have no attachment to the people that were in there, and how I feel, I can't even imagine the parents and the families and the friends.
And
that's killing me.
What's the amazing thing is, and I'm probably going to go off before this segment's off because I have a lot of different feelings about guns and stuff like that, but it could happen anywhere. I mean, I was in the Smiths buying my wife, I'll get some bread and get some milk. This cat could have lived in Vegas. This cat could have took his guns and walked into that Smiths.
Yeah.
That guy could have just went off at the Smith grocery store, and I could be inside the grocery store. This stuff can happen anywhere because you just don't know where these guys live, and they're everywhere. According to the FBI, they got thousands of guys, just like this guy, on their list, watching them, trying to find them, all this stuff. But let's get into, the whole crux of it because, I've been watching the news the last couple days. And what's kind of sad about the whole thing is where the people on both sides of the political aisle are trying to, stake out territory so that no one can point a finger.
I know.
You can't point a finger, and it's getting that point politically in this country that, an old lady gets hit crossing the street, the political people are just trying to find a way where they can't say it's on me. We have the last couple days, and I've been watching this pretty closely, some of my left-wing buddies, and I love them very much, have kind of staked out that this guy wasn't really a terrorist. He was just a guy who was confused sexually, and he was really gay, but he couldn't be gay, so he went and got a gun, and he killed a bunch of gay people.
Actually, he had a gun. He worked for a security company that provided security for federal buildings, which is even more disturbing because he was investigated by the FBI
a number of times
for his activity on the internet. That kind of sparked a red flag.
Right. So it's kind of interesting because, one side's kind of staking out that it's more of a gun issue, not
which it isn't.
A terrorist. And we're going to get into that. It's sort of a terrorist issue. And one side's saying, well, it ain't the guns. It's basically because this guy's been radicalized and he's basically a ISIS fighter by proxy. He's not over there fighting for them in the back of the pickup trucks and shooting buildings in Syria, but he's over here going through the radicalization through online, listening to radical clerics, having beheading videos on his phone, all this stuff. Wow. So the question is, I was talking to George Harris. He's a great guy, former Green Beret special forces guy. And I was kind of telling him how I feel about guns. And, I'm a gun guy. I grew up in South Dakota, okay? We had guns in the back of our pickup trucks. It was deer hunting season, and there's just guns everywhere. You go into a guy's house, and there's guns in the corner. There's pistols on the coffee table. And no one really cared because they were just all over, and no one shot anybody, of course, because they were just rifles, and they were just shotguns. And so I was talking to him about it because I really kind of wonder over the last 30 or 40 years, and that's kind of, do I need to own a machine gun?
Oh, wow.
Do I need to own one of these guns that really are not designed for hunting deer or elk, and they have scopes on them, and, like we see when I was growing up? Do I need to walk into a store and say, okay, give me that mean-looking machine gun so that I can put it in my house, I guess?
But why do you have to go to that extent? Why can't you just get a handgun and protect yourself, carry it?
Well, that's the argument. That is the argument. And some of the gun nuts are saying, hey, I should be able to go buy a machine gun if I want to because it's under the Second Amendment. And I'm a gun guy. Don't get me wrong. I think any one of these ladies in this room right now, if they want to go into a shop and buy themselves a handgun and put it underneath their mattress right next to their pillow, they should have every damn right to do so. And if you're the unlucky bastard that comes into their house trying to steal stuff and you catch one between the eyes, guess what? That's your fault. So I think they have every right to do that. But the question is, Tamra, do I need to have a machine gun? Now, George Harris said, and this is the Green Beret, he said, I can do just as much damage with 2 9mm pistols that guy did with that AR, whatever it was. I could walk into that place, pull out those 2 pistols, and kill just as many people.
What if he had strapped himself up with
a bomb
explosives?
So
how would you handle that?
You can't. And the argument is on one side, it's like you take away the AR-15s and you take away the assault rifles, they're just going to find a way. It's kind of like in Jurassic Park. Remember what the guy said? They all had females, so they couldn't breed, and they said, hey, life will find a way. I feel the same way. You take away the machine guns, they're going to use pistols. If you take away the pistols, they're going to use a pipe bomb. So I don't know if it's really a gun issue. I love my left-wing friends. I have many of them, and I kiss them on the cheek every day. But I think that's kind of a reach here. I think this guy has been radicalized. The FBI has said so. Many people that know way more than we will ever know have said so. So I think it's more of an issue where a guy, and I can't say that there's a little bit to, because I guess he had visited this club 6 times or so. I will tell you as a straight man. As a straight man, I don't go to gay clubs. I don't know why. I just don't go there.
I'm straight. I go to gay clubs.
You go to gay.
I'm okay with that. I have a lot of
straight guys don't go to gay clubs. Well, maybe they do now.
No, they do.
Oh, come on. What straight guy goes to a gay club? There's no reason to go to a gay club if you're a straight guy.
Because I think they're amazing. They're fun.
What, the straight guys in the gay club are fun? They can't be fun?
Just. So, it's a club. Gay, straight. Why do you have to?
Well, why
call
do they
it by the people's
because that's the way they market it.
I know, but
that's the way they market it. But straight guys don't go into gay clubs by themselves 6 or 7 times just to check it out. I don't know. So I think there might be something to that. But, there was just too much evidence that this guy was way into the radicalization of the ISIS theory. I think that's more of it than, I'm a closet homosexual and I can't deal with it, so what I'm going to do is just go kill a bunch. I think that's a little bit of a reach. I will respect that argument, but I think it's a little bit
But he also had mental health issues, and so, we don't know what was going on in his brain. He was bipolar.
I don't know. I think if you're brainwashed, I guess that is a mental health issue. But you're also at a crossroads. You want to do this, but your religion's telling you not to, and it's bad. So you're like, oh my gosh, this is horrible what I'm doing. But his wife knew about this whole thing.
His wife knew about it, which, that is disturbing.
That is very disturbing. But we have about 18 seconds left. But we're going to talk about this for a long time. You're going to talk about Sandy Hook. And I'm going to guarantee you this is not the last time. It's going to happen again. There's no doubt in my mind. It will happen because of a crazed maniac or because they're radicalized. It doesn't matter. Guns are here, and they don't seem to be going away. We'll be back.